Welcome back to episode 2. When we last left off, we had just started my trip, leaving the beautiful Lake Itasca, portaging around dams, hiding from thunderstorms, and finally making it to Coffee Pot Landing about 16.5 miles downriver. My wife and I spent the night at the campground with what became a non-stop thunderstorms and heavy rainfall night. I woke up to see the river swollen and moving much faster than when I had went to bed the night before.
Alright, so it is day 2 on the river. It's been raining pretty much non-stop since we arrived at Coffee Pot Landing yesterday. Probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock it started storming again, and about 11 o'clock it actually started storming bad enough where lightning was getting a little concerning, so we actually got out of the tent and went and hopped in the truck. So the river is way up, and that kind of concerns me a little bit since my paddling experience on a river is pretty minimal, and I don't know what this kind of current is going to do to a fully loaded kayak. So there was some discussion between my wife and I about calling it and being done, not wanting to risk me being out of cell service with higher flowing, faster flowing water. But I think instead of canceling the trip, I might just alter it and have the idea of perhaps just going to the Iron Bridge campsite or straight to Lake Irving, and maybe I'll just start my trips there and paddle across Irving and Bemidji and spend some time on the lakes, and at least I could do some fishing, and I actually would really enjoy that. So at some point come back and do the 30 or so odd miles that are left between Coffee Pot and Lake Irving another time, so I can still say I've done it. But yeah, for now I'm thinking that might be how it shakes out.
So I make the decision to skip a portion of the river and begin again in Bemidji. We packed up and headed out. After seeing the lake and taking pictures with Paul and Babe, we decided to launch from the southeast side of the lake, which had become very windy and wavy. Rain skirt on, I said my last goodbyes to my wife before she left for home and headed out, slowly disappearing into the distance. After paddling against the wind for far too long, I arrived at the entrance to the Mississippi River. I could now enjoy the calm waters of the Stump Lake area. As I rounded the corner, I recognized a house that I had seen in many Mississippi River videos.
There it is. The house, the sign, the northernmost point on the Mississippi River. How awesome is that?
After leaving the tourist paddler hotspot of the day, I continued on for quite a while until I reached my destination for the night, the Stump Lake Campground.
Well, I literally spent the last probably hour trying to get the fire to stay lit and it's sustain itself. It's like all wet pine, so it's just been an absolute bear to get it to stay lit. I got dinner going here. Gonna do rice and dehydrated ground beef. So first time on that one, so we'll see how it goes. Beautiful view of Stump Lake. Very nice night. A little shot to the place. There is a toilet off behind the shelter, quite a ways back. So, tent set up. But yeah, it's a cool spot. Alright, here we go. Got a bowl of rice and some rehydrated ground beef. Looks really good. Add some garlic salt to it, which actually makes it taste pretty good. So just gonna mix that in with the rice and should have a decent little meal here. Alright, so this probably sounds dumb as hell, but I am so excited because I wanted to clip my toenails before I left, and I forgot, and I just realized that I brought a toenail clipper with me to cut my fishing line. It was amazing how something so stupid and so small can make you so happy when you don't have much. So I'd share that.
As I reel in my catch, my phone begins to ring, so I mute the audio to avoid copyright issues on YouTube. This catch does not go as planned, as I realize that I will need my forceps to get the hooks free, so I place the fish on the ground to get them. When I reached down to grab the fish, he jumped, causing two of the hooks to impale my left hand. The fish got free and flopped back to the lake. With 2 hooks in my hand, past the barbs, and no way to cut them out, I had no choice but to rip them back out the way they went in. It was a rookie mistake not controlling the fish. With that, I decided to call it a night and start fresh in the morning.
Good morning. Day 2. Waking up at Stump Lake. A little chilly this morning, but sounds like it's going to warm up plenty. So, slept kind of okay, I guess. Should have went to bed a little earlier, but it was alright. Ground was a little uneven, so that always makes it tough. But aside from that, I'm just going to get some coffee in me and get some kind of a breakfast going and see how many miles we can get in today. If I'm ambitious, I'll make it to Cass Lake. If not, I'm going to go 4 miles to the next campsite. So we'll see how she goes.
I start to pack up and take some time to enjoy the local wildlife before I head out. To me, there is nothing that tops the calls of the loons. Otter Tail Dam, the first big dam on the river, a great starter portage as it is very well maintained and not too far to walk. The portage is to the right of the dam as you approach. As we look at the Otter Tail Dam, let's reflect on this episode. I left Lake Bemidji and camped at the Stump Lake Campground. Wind, rain, hooks in my hand. I was really hoping this would not be the theme of my trip. Thankfully, this is where things turned around and the trip turned into everything I hoped for. Beautiful weather, more wildlife, wonderful landscapes, and much more interactive footage. If you enjoy the series, please subscribe so you don't miss episode 3, where I eventually make it to the second biggest lake on the trip and find the best campsite I have ever seen. If you would like to contribute to this channel, there are links below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.